Hey guys, Matt here. We're gonna go over the bleh.
Come on, MacGyver.
I just received the Rack 1907 3401 13302. So basically, this is the 1-watt WisMesh 1-watt booster starter kit. So I found out this was getting released as soon as I ordered the parts for my solar node. So this is what I'm going to end up swapping it to, hopefully, if it works. So we'll just take everything out of here. So it's like 10 times the power requirements for, I think, 3 times the range maybe. It's not 10 times the power for 10 times the range, but, and it has a filter in it, so it's a lot more sensitive. So it can pick up transmissions better too. So we have our LoRa antenna, just a little stubby antenna. Oh, a nice SMA adapter. So this must be the 5-watt. We'll leave that out. This is our Bluetooth antenna. A double JST. I don't know what that would be for. Some screws. Just a USB cable. I'll add it to the pile of my thousands of USB cables. Okay, so let's just take a look at this quick. Alright, so same as the other one. Battery, solar, reset, USB-C. It's got 2 slots on the front. Here's our booster. This is our jumper pins. This is our Bluetooth antenna. This is our LoRa. Let's look at the back here. Okay, so this, a 5-volt goes into here. And from my understanding, once you wire the 5-volt in, you don't have to wire it anywhere else because that'll take over. We have another slot here, so it's still 4 slots on this card for sensors. That's pretty cool. Let's look at this jumper pin. It has in 5-volt, 5-volt, EX 5-volt. I don't quite know what that means. I probably want to move it to in 5-volt if I'm going to be powering it from here, which I will. I have not looked at this yet, so I'm doing it for the first time with you because I haven't had any time. Alright. Okay, package contents. You guys can pause it here if you want to read it. I'm going to need more information than this. Scan for booster. Okay, attach the antenna. Connect your PCB to the computer. Okay, here's what I want to know. Alternatively, you can use a 5-volt power supply with the cables provided by the rack. Okay, connect the battery to the Rack 1907 baseboard. Otherwise, the Rack 13302 will not be able to reach the 1-watt. So, I still don't know what that double JST thing is. JST cable. Alright, well, I'm going to scan this, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I scanned that, and due to the high power consumption, the device has to be powered either by a battery or by an external 5-volt supply to work correctly. So the selection of the power supply is done through a jumper. Okay, that's the jumper modularity. Choose and combine modules to suit your needs, versatility. Okay, power selector jumper. The 3-pin jumper header is to select the supply source for the booster chip. Jumper position in 5E to 5E. Supply from WisBlock baseboard battery. I do not want that. I want X5E to 5E to supply from my own 5-volt power source. So let's just double check here. I want X5E to 5E. So we're going to move that actually, because it was set to power from the battery back here. So if we're going to power it from this 5-volt source, we want it set our jumper on 5-volt and X 5-volt. So we moved our jumper over here. Okay, that was pretty plain. External power supply cable connectors, power supply path from battery booster connector. For this looks very complicated for what I need. Getting started. Use case number 1, field technician, blah blah blah. Emergency relay. Oh, this is showing that an example of what you can use it for. The jumper is set to internal. That'll be, you can use a solar. Okay, the jumper is set to external, which is what we're going to do. 5-volt DC supply, 1.5 amp. Okay, I think that's what I need to know. Alright, so that just confirms the research I've done already. Glad to hear it. So we're going to use the WaveShare solar power manager we used before. There's many reasons actually. The big reason, so we're going to use, I'm going to start. This WaveShare Power Manager comes with this 18650 case, battery case, and it will be in parallel. So I get my batteries from imrbatteries.com. I don't have an affiliate or anything, but apparently most of the 18650 batteries on Amazon are fake. They're not their rated. They're not actual what they post they are on Amazon. So I'm going to run 3 of these in parallel. Make sure you charge these up to 100% before you put them in parallel so they can basically equalize. But so with this, you can either wire your batteries into here, or you can wire your batteries into here. So there's going to be a 5-volt out on here, and that is going to work absolutely perfect with this 1-watt booster. So that is what I'm going to do. I don't have to use this voltage regulator, which we used in the last one. So that's already saving me space. So I was actually wondering if I'm going to need 2 sets of these, one for 5-volt and one to plug in the rack. But yeah, since everything is run by 5-volt on here, I can just wire this straight to the WaveShare. Also, we have a solar in. You can get the plug. I don't remember what size it was, but we're going to wire our solar into here. So let me grab the solar panels that I'm going to be using. It's the same ones we used on our other one, but okay, I just got these. Apparently they changed their design again. So if you guys use my mounts on the printed mounts from the last one, they changed the back a little bit. So tonight I've also been trying to update my mount for that. So what we're going to be doing We have two 5-watt solar panels. We're going to untie these. I'm going to untie this. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to make a double mount for these, but I'll just show you what we're doing right here. We're going to cut the wire. And what we're going to do is wire these in series, not parallel, series. So we'll actually amplify our voltage. Alright, so I actually ordered more of these because I think these things are awesome. I use them in pretty much everything. So when we amplify our voltage from 5, we're going to run them in series, and this ideally takes 6 volt to 24 volt solar input and does its MPPT charger, converts it, and then charges your batteries. So we're actually going to get better efficiency running 2 of these than we do 1, because it's slightly undervolted for 1. But now that we can run 2 of these, that's going to give us quite a bit of charging power through that to that. So really, this almost looks easier than my other one. But the question is going to be, how long will it last? Like, is it enough power? Is it enough charging power to make up, to account for 10 times the power draw? For me, here's the deal. I'm the only one in my town that has Meshtastic for now. So I'm not going to have a lot of traffic. I am going to set up a node to transmit my GPS location probably every 30 seconds. So that'll test out the, I'll give a sense of it'll give a sense of how long our batteries will last. And honestly, I'm gonna make my own and I'll show a video. I'll make my own battery pack. I'm probably going to use 6 of these batteries because I actually want to make one for the town I'm in, this node. Make one for me and for the town. So, oops, wrong one. And if you guys can do me a huge favor, if you want to build this stuff, if you just click the affiliate links, then I get credit for it. I don't get any money from YouTube or anything, but it definitely helps out in the videos. I have a lot going on, a lot of ideas, but every little bit helps, and I greatly appreciate it. So that's what we're doing. We're stripping the wires on this. And I'm just going to show you real quick. My son is awake, so I'm going to have to run up there, and that'll probably be it for the night. But, so what we're going to do, to run these in series, we're going to connect, I don't know which one is what. Well, 1 second, let me find out. Alright, I'm back. It's what I suspected. So the clear one's going to be your ground wire. So what we're going to do is going to take one, we're going to take the positive from 1, and we're going to run that to the negative of the other. So we're going to solder these together tomorrow, which when you watch it will be today. So when we solder the positive from 1 to the negative to the other, that basically multiplies our voltage. So, and then we run this. We're going to connect this into the solar input on here. So that'll give us 10 and higher efficiency, more charging power. And I did go ahead and order a, well, let me zoom out a little bit. Oop. I ordered a bigger box. I thought I was going to need a lot more room. And I probably will once I make a bigger battery pack, but yeah, I just decided to get a bigger one. So what we're going to end up doing is taking this out, and I have to update a mount for that again. So if we go like this, yeah, I probably want to go like this because I want my antenna on top. So we're actually going to have it someone like that, and that should work perfect. I think I am excited. I wish I could do this tonight, but my babies are struggling to sleep. So yeah, we're going to have this mounted on here. A double mount, probably like this. And I think it'll work out pretty good. So if I want to double my battery, I could connect those two, run 6 to a wave share, run this up here. We can fit that in there, but I think I'm actually just going to end up, I've always wanted, I just got a soldering thing. I'm probably just going to end up laying 3 batteries side by side, or 6 batteries side by side. So here, here, and that'll fit better. All right. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the morning. All right, so here we are, Wednesday afternoon. Sun has pink eye, so I'm gonna try to get everything done today. Just to review, we're gonna be using the 1-watt booster, and I got everything kind of laid out here. It's kind of a mess, but the biggest thing I want to review is we're gonna be using these 5-watt, 5-volt solar panels. We're gonna be running them in series. We're gonna run that to the Wave Share Solar Power Manager. We're going to be putting in series, it's going to be putting in 10 volts. So with this, you can input, 6 to 24 volts, I think we said, and that'll be highly efficient. So then we're going to run it to our 5-volt out to the rack. So that's easy. Let us get started. We're also going to be putting a 1906 environmental sensor in here. So that'll give us temperature, barometer, humidity, gas. Oh, I think there's a couple other things on there too, but that is going to go back. Where do I want to put it? You know, I'll put it on the, I'm going to put it on the front because that has a holder on there. So let's do slot B. There we go. So it came with, the rack device came with this little bag of tiny screws. I'm also going to try to speak up because someone said last time it was kind of quiet. Excuse me. All right, let's screw that in. Oops. I do have the other end of the screwdriver, but let's cross through them. Okay, so I'm also going to print out a mount for this. Oops. Print out a mount with jumpers and such on here. Make it a little nicer. We already have our 5-volt plugged in there, so we don't have to worry about that. Like I said, this is just, we're just mounting it to do tests. So everything will be a lot more, or a lot better later. I'll put 2 in that one. Probably should do standoffs, but I'll make it look nicer when I have more time. 'Cause right now, babies are sick. Oops. Yeah, I'll print on a better back plate for y'all. Okay, so here is a key problem. If I'm going to be updating this, and this is wired into here, I cannot plug this to USB while this is connected in. From my understanding, if I'm wrong, please tell me, because I don't want to backfeed into here, into the wave share. So we have to install a switch. We have to install a switch between this line that we can shut off so we don't backfeed. So we need to update it, plug it into a computer, charge the batteries. We need to put a switch in. So here's step bit we are using. All right, that's going to be for something else. So I'm going to put these two, what do you call these? What the heck, I'm brain farting. What do you call those? Cable glands in the bottom. I'm just going to put them right in the center towards the top. I think that is close. I found a cool tool I want to show you. It's a deburrer. It just scrapes off the plastic on the inside. Look at that. I saw it in another guy's video and I thought I have to have that. So I clicked his affiliate link and I bought it. I think it was like $10 or something. How cool is that? Oh yeah. Just a little bit, scrape the inside a little bit. And we'll do it from the other side here. And I'm putting it in backwards. I do that with these all the time. Oh, we're so close. I don't really want to use the... There. So one cable gland. Push that in there. And I will seal everything up later. These cable glands, I'll have the affiliate link in the description. They do have a rubber seal, but I always just seal, put some sealant of some other kind on there too. Oh yeah. And this is really handy for prints too. I've been printing some of those mounts for the car for a couple people that were interested in them. And it just helps kind of tidy up the edges. That's sweet. All right, we're gonna put this cap on here. Just gonna rest this on here so you can see a little better maybe. Oh, let's see here. There. All right, we're gonna thread one solar panel wire. Thread the other. Make sure we have room. All right, let's tighten these down. And you can see it just close around the wire. That's how a cable gland works. There. And I'm going to rest these in my lap while we get everything mounted. I'm going to set these off to the side. We're just going to worry about the wiring right now. So all right, the next thing we need to do is do a hole for our N-type pigtail, which will be connecting to our antenna. 915 megahertz for the US. Let me turn that around. I'm going to put that on the right side. I'm going to have it a little bit up. And let me grab the drill. Again, we're using the step bit. These end types have a seal on them as well. All right. So that'll reach our board. Next is our Bluetooth antenna. I'm going to use this one, same one we used at the other build. I'm actually going to use this pigtail that came with the rack. I might need a longer one actually. Let's do a side. I haven't done a side before, so. I changed my mind. Let's do top. Make it all even. I can always just fill in the hole if I don't like it, but yeah, we're going to put that here. There we go. I always have a bunch of these laying around from other projects. So put this one on the bottom. And I will seal these again. We are going to add a charging port to this. Just so, let's make sure this is going to be long enough. I'm using the right length pigtail. So. We are good for the LoRa, and we are good for Bluetooth. Perfect. All right, so like I was saying, we are going to be ending up putting a charging USB-C in here, and then a data USB-C. And it is imperative that you shut off the power from the wave shear to the rack. So I'm going to be putting that, where should I put that? Over here. So let's put a hole in for that. I had to. Oh, when you see this, I'll have it edited out. There. Let me find a switch. All right, so we're going to put our power switch in. I found one with, are we a little high? Oh, I think that's all right. Yeah. Power switch. Gonna grab a wrench, but for this today I'm going to be using Gorilla Clear Grip glue and sealant. All right, so let's throw some sealant around there. Oops. I hate wrenches. They're so helpful, but so annoying. There we go, that'll be perfect. Well, let's just hope I didn't get glue on the button itself, which I did. So we won't be able to push the button in. That would suck. Our node is running, we push it in, and when we want to update this, we push it out. And I'm going to put the USB port right next to that, just so we don't forget. And that is going to be this USB port. Transfers data. Oh, come on. Oh, there. All right. So this does have a gasket on it. I don't want to strip it out. I think we should be pretty close. There we go. Okay, now we need a recharge USB port, which will be, these are a lot cheaper. This one. Let's see if I have a bit that big. That's gonna be, I think, just right. A lot of different stuff. Okay, so we're gonna put this in here. That'll be our gasket and our cover. Alright, we still need a little more. Dang. There we go. Perfect. Oh, dang it, I'm dumb. Forgot to put the cap on the other one. Okay, so this we're gonna tilt to the outside. Put the cover on it. We are gonna size this. I think that looks good. We got all kinds of stuff going on over here. This looks like balls, but everything else looks good. All right, what are we forgetting? I know we have to do a breather. We'll do a breather on top. I pick on top because hot air rises, so I'm just going to put it on top. But some people don't want to put it on top and risk the leaking. So, but you can put it wherever you want. I'm putting it on top. Gasket, rubber seal on it. So. Alright. Alright, let's lay some stuff down. Figure out where we need everything. Be funny if I can't get it in. I know it'll fit. That's how we got our 5 kids. Okay. We're going to do our solar last. So I'm going to stick these in here. Let's do our switch. Okay, so for the switch, we want it when it's on to power everything. So I'm going to put some heat shrink on here, heat shrink tubing. I'm going to cut a smidge off the end of here. And we're going to twist that, solder it. I think you can still see it, so just going to heat up the wire, drop some solder on it, and we'll fold that over. Yeah. Get it warm. And that will be the power. Is that it? And then we just run this to the power in. Okay. I'm going to leave these wires the same just in case, or the length they are just in case I have to change something or add something. If anything, we'll add another, I don't know, a third solar panel. But, okay, so when this is on, that's our power. We want it run to this. So let's cut a little bit off of here. We're going to run that into 5-volt out. Oh man, it's too short. I can move that down. I don't want to extend the wire like that. So let's move it down. That should be. What is happening? I'm just going to take it out so I can see what I'm doing. There. Okay. So we have our, I talked through this in my head so I know where I'm at. We have our, so that goes from there to the switch to here, okay? And then we just need to run our ground into here. I'm just going to strip this a little more. Run that into ground. Okay. We are gonna just cut the end off on. Strip the wires. Oh, let's do this. And you're gonna have a bunch of different colors. So we took apart our USB cable and we're just looking for red and black. We're going to cut the rest off. Okay. what we're going to do is connect those, solder those to this. And this will allow us to charge our batteries through USB-C. I am going to need to cut more of this off. It's my fault. Keep those. Cut this. We're going to strip these. Pretty good bit of length on there because we're just going to wrap it and zap it. I don't know. That sounds kind of neat. First, we need some heat shrink tubing on here. I don't even know the right term for that. Put that on. Heat shrink tubing. I'm going to wire our ground. Let's solder that quick. Just so it doesn't come undone when I'm trying to do the other one. Do the power. Heat it up. Slide these over. Grab our butane torch and heat those up. Okay, so let's see here. Man, I do not like the mess of this. Once I get if this works, I'll print out a final layout and everything and it'll look a lot nicer. But no, right now it's kind of driving me nuts because there's wires everywhere. Okay. That is good. That is good. What do we have left? I don't think we do. I don't think we have anything left. Okay, so for this we're going to do ground's going to be, what did I say, clear? Translucent. So we are connecting these in series. So we will be doing one to the other's positive. All right, I need to test what panel is. I just want to make sure these wires are what they say that if ground is translucent. I really don't want to fry this thing, so I'm going to use my Olight flashlight. All right, let's test it out. So we're looking for DC, ground. Okay, we have 0.1. What happens if we reverse it? Negative. So it is ground because it's showing a positive number. All right, that's exciting. We were right. So we connect one panel's ground to the other. It's positive. I'm actually going to burn the fluff off on the inside. I just saw that. Burn the fluff. These panels, I made sure, do have the anti-feedback thing, so we don't have to worry about that. So it won't fry our board. All right, let's try this again. I'm putting a good bit on there. I think that's the last thing we need to solder, so we'll shut that off. All right. The way we're gonna melt this, or close it, shrink it, whatever. I'm gonna burn the fluff out of these. I don't even know what that stuff is, but hopefully I don't need it. Okay. Twist these together, twist these together. We're gonna snip them a little short there, a little short here. Our solar in is, that's a battery. Our solar in is on top. All right, we're gonna run our positive to the inside. Positive is white. Gonna run our negative to the inside. Sorry, I'm talking low again. I'm mainly just thinking to myself. Yeah, perfect. Oh, that didn't go in. All right, let's see. Is that it? Are we done with this? Okay. So we have our solar panels, we have our USB, we have our battery, we have our power switch. I'm going to do another one on there just in case. I'm going to connect the Bluetooth antenna, which is down here. There. We got that. I'm going to plug in our that's popped on. We'll tighten this. Okay, we are going to put a dab of hot glue just so it doesn't pop out. Right there. And a dab of hot glue right here. Let's do an antenna. Oh shoot, we got to do the mount yet. The solar panel mount. I'm excited to show you guys this. I introduced to you a double solar panel mount. I designed it, printed it, and I'll probably have some available if you guys want it. Just email me. My email is at the bottom of the description. Oh, 1 second. We have to connect our USB cable This is what we're going to be doing, using to update our node. Put that here and plug that in right here. See? We're going to move the batteries too. But okay, so yeah, we have our, let's do that now because this isn't working here. All right, I actually did get some magnetic tipped screwdrivers, so we're just going to use that. The other ones drive me nuts. And yes, I know these screws aren't the right size, but okay. Okay, so we have. All right, let's put our solar panel mount on. All right, so I have these at 43 degrees, best year-round. The best year-round angle in my area. So I do have some tweaking yet to do on them. I think I'm going to mount it right here. And I'll drill some holes and be right back. Okay, got my holes drilled. I moved it left a little bit. I eyeballed it. Hopefully it's straight. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, let's get our screws. Mount that into here. Well, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a little back plate on here. Tighten that down. Let's see if I can screw it in. Should I put that in there? Like I said, I do have some tweaks yet I have to make on this. On the mount itself. Right here. That's better. Cut these off. We're gonna open that up. See what do you think about that? I think it looks pretty neat. This is the test node. It's looking like balls because we're testing. All right, we're gonna put our batteries in. We're gonna do a function check. We have power. But do we have power on the rack? Ah, I know why. Okay. All right. We're gonna push our push button switch. We have power on the rack. There we are. Oh, scared myself for a minute. Oh, okay. So that's working. Let's test out our solar panels here. Sounds like the babies are going to be needing some help. We have full charge, or not full charge. We are Yeah, we have full charge. Solar panels are being picked up. You can see that light going on, off and on. I think everything is good. Let's test our switch. So we're going to power off via the switch on the bottom. And let's plug in our USB here a second. Alright. Let's test this USB port on the bottom. And we have lights and power. Sweet. Function check works. That works. Let's say we want to charge our batteries. Let's test that out. We have power on our wave shear. 100% battery. That works. Everything works. And I'm going to take a break and, well, we'll see what else we can do tonight. All right, guys, so I just went over on screen recorded Meshtastic setting this up. I don't think I'm going to play it because there's a million other videos that show you how to set up Meshtastic. So basically, I just set this up to transmit every 5 minutes, transmit my GPS to a private channel every 5 minutes, and I think that's going to give us a good, well, a more than good test of our batteries capability and solar panel capability. So, all right, before we go hang this up on a tree, I'm going to install a couple things here. I'm going to print them out for these, similar to my last one. And I know people, well, a lot of people are going to say, that's too much, you did overkill, but again, I don't want to have to worry about it, and I'd rather do too much than too little, because I just want to be sure that if I need it, I'm going to have communications, and I'm going to be able to track my family and anyone else I need to. So, all right, let's go up. All right, we can go outside now and get this on a tree. All right, guys. I got this mounted. I decided to put it on the porch. So our resting voltage is 4.16. And we are, oh, let's open that up. We are full, or I'll just restart it quick. So our resting voltage is 4.16. As you can see here, shows 100% full. This is going to be broadcasting. The whole evening with no solar panel power on it. So that will be a good test until morning. All right, guys, that sums up the video. A little long, but we went into some detail and how-tos. Some people might not know all this stuff, so I appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And if you can do me a huge favor, YouTube doesn't pay me anything. I don't get any sponsors or anything like that. But if you click the affiliate links in the description, that helps out the channel and my family. Yeah, no matter what happens, God wins in the end. Thanks, guys.